Okay, here we go. Hey
Okay.
everyone, it's me, Rebecca, and I have with me Connie Windsor for our fireside chat today on hydrocolon therapy or colonics done not at home but with a professional. And Connie's the professional that I'm so excited to have her here. At a time in my life when gut health was really critical, and I was struggling with my health in a lot of different ways, I was able to find Connie, come in, talk to her, and she just told me a lot of things that were important for me to hear at the right time. And let me just tell you a little bit about her. She is a certified hydrocolon therapist, and she'll tell us what that means. But she's been doing it for over 13 years. She runs a wonderful natural health oasis in Kimberly, Idaho that is called Nature's Gate. And she does a couple of different services there that she'll tell us about. But first, Connie, thanks so much for coming on here with us today.
Well, thank you for having me, Rebecca. This is my first podcast, so I'm excited.
Me too. I'm excited to have you. Connie loves being outside. She loves plants and having her hands in the dirt, and she's a horticulturist. Is that the right word, Connie?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been doing that for, my husband and I, we've done that for probably about 38 years. And, I've been doing it for 38 years. And we had a lawn care landscaping business for quite a few years. And a dream of ours, my husband especially, was to have a greenhouse and nursery. And we were able to do that 20 years ago, named Windsor's Greenhouses and Nursery. It's right out on Kimberly Road.
Mm-hmm.
And it is still there today. My daughter Jamie and son-in-law Ryan, they run that for us. And it's great to just get in the dirt and watch plants grow and get rooted. And yeah, it's very healing. It's very healing. I've been very blessed to be able to do all of that.
Wow, I love it. I love, as you're talking, I just had this thought about how our colon and our digestive system can really be compared to like soil and the root system of plants. Will you tell us, start us off on this journey by telling us a little bit about the digestive system and, how crucial it is?
Okay. What I've learned over probably the past 22 years is how important the colon is in the digestive tract. Every disease starts in the colon, and it's from birth on. We continue to what we eat, what we drink, what we put into our bodies. Sometimes we don't put them in. It could be in the air, in the water, but whenever you take anything toxic in, it makes you acidic. You need to be in an alkaline base, and when you're in an alkaline base, no disease can live there. When you're an acidic base, every disease can come in and live there. And it's about healing the mind, body, and the spirit. It's not just in the colon. It's the whole body healing that all goes together.
I love it. I love that you practice, health as a whole. But why do you start in the colon then? If it's all about the whole being, what's so essential about the colon?
Because everything that you take in goes into your digestive tract, goes through your digestive tract. I don't know if you can see. Can you see my poster I have here?
Yes,
this
it's perfect.
This is a healthy colon, digestive tract. Okay, I call the teeth the hardware. So you chew your food, you drink, it goes through that, comes down here and goes into the stomach. If you've chewed your food 20 times, 30 times, like your parents used to say, then your stomach doesn't have to work as hard. Then it comes down through the duodenum. That is the piping that takes it to the small intestine. Our small intestine is anywhere from 28 to 30 feet. So it has its process that it goes through there, through the ileocecal valve. It dumps into the cecum, and that's the ascending colon. Okay? And the transverse colon is right under your ribs. Okay, this is the transverse colon, and this is the descending colon, which is the sigmoid. And that's where we eliminate through the rectum, the anus. And if everything is flowing right, normally it takes It takes a day to 2 days after you eat or drink something to go through your colon, through that whole digestive tract. But if you have blockages, it's going to sit there. It's not going to move as quickly. And then you get stuffed, and you keep stuffing and stuffing that. And sign of constipation, okay, that's the first sign that you have problems. It's overloaded, and it hasn't been taken care of properly. So anyhow, that's a healthy one. And do you want to see a diseased one?
Absolutely.
I want to show you that. Can you see that, Rebecca?
Yes, we can
Can
see
you see
it.
that okay? Okay, the diseased one, like this here, the liver, that has cirrhosis of the liver. The gallbladder is located right embedded in that liver, okay? And then you have stones in there, the gallbladder stones, okay? That's a sign that there's some problems going on, okay? And even in the stomach, the lining of the stomach is not working properly. It's inflamed and all of that. Then it cannot go through the cycle. When you have prolapses, you have all kinds of different blockages that's in that small intestine. And so everything is all mixed together.
Oh, man.
Then you start having all kinds of problems. And that's when all these red flags start coming as you get older.
Mm-hmm.
All these red flags, you have diabetes, you have all kinds of different diseases. There's a whole bunch. And
tell us about some of those red flags. Like, what are some signs that your digestive system is not healthy?
The red flags is when you should have at least 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. When you have one bowel movement, that's a sign of constipation. Okay, and then also, and when you feel bloated, that's a red flag. You're bloated. When your digestive tract, you can't eat certain things because it bothers you. It's because you do not have a pathway for that. The colon is the one of the ways to eliminate any waste. And if it's not being eliminated, it's going into your tissues and your cellular. Okay? And then so you start getting puffy. And then you start feeling tired and weighed down. And you don't have the energy that you used to have. And so, and then drinking the water to help flush. You got to have the water. You got to have good water. You got to have good food. But that's when you start having all these red flags that are coming up saying, oh gosh, why can't I do this? Why can't I do forward? Need a break? Oh.
No, my phone just rang. I'm sorry. I forgot to say.
Oh, okay.
I'll just make it quiet now. Sorry.
Well, not a problem. And, I want to read this about the problems.
Oh, yes, please do.
Colon hydrotherapy. Okay. Death begins in the colon. Most colons are swollen and too blocked to pass regular bowel movements. When food is left to rot inside your colon, you get constipated. Shocking reports show patients have an excess of 70% more bad bacteria in their gut, which causes gas and bloating, itchy skin and acne, urinary and bowel troubles, anxiety, headaches and mood swings, colds and immune problems, low energy, sinus problems, leaky gut, abdominal pain, constipation and diarrhea, bad breath, yeast problems, depression, indigestion, joint pain. Even if you have a bowel movement every day, that's when the real trouble starts. Because when your colon becomes overloaded, that rotting fecal matter starts causing problems all over you. It has to go somewhere, and your organs and skin get the worst of it. You get more colds, flu, skin outbreaks, the sinus blockages, weird foot fungus, rashes, warts won't go away, urinary tract and yeast infections hit you more often, allergies and chronic bad breath develop. Soon you have trouble healing, sleeping, and even breathing. You just don't feel good. When your body is in an acid state, all disease can live there. When your body is in an alkaline state, no disease can live there. That's my journey, is to educate you and share with you how you can cleanse your mind, body, and spirit. That's what it's all about, and it all starts right here in the digestive tract, the gut.
Oh boy. So let's say someone's watching this and they're feeling, after listening to that great quote, they're feeling like, oh boy, my gut's probably in trouble. What
Mhm.
what can you offer to them?
Well, just know there's no quick fix.
Okay.
There's no quick fix. And when your bowels are not moving properly, then you are not absorbing the good nutrition. And even if you change your diet, you have to have something to help you to get the elimination out, eliminating from your bowels to your bladder. You have to drink good water, and not all water is good. Not all food is good. And so it's a whole lifestyle change, but you can do it in I teach people how to do that in sections. And because you can't go out and do it, and the older we are, the more stuff we have. And so it's a new process, a new way to living, but it doesn't happen overnight to cleanse out your whole digestive tract.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Wow. And one thing I love about going to visit Connie is she just like radiates good health, good energy. So she lives it. She does it. She lives it. 22 years now, right? You told me, Connie?
22 years in doing holistic. Yes.
22 years of
When my
holistic pursuit.
Yes. And when my first husband, Benny, do you want me to tell? Can I
Yeah.
talk to about that?
Yeah, sure
Okay.
do. It tells
My,
us, where you came
okay. This is how I learned about the holistic. And my husband, he was 6 years older than me, and a good guy. His name was Benny, and he had a seizure, and I didn't know what a seizure was. I thought he was having a stroke or something, and anyhow, it turned out to be stage 4 brain cancer. And we did go to the University of Utah and had a wonderful team of doctors, and they did remove that, and he did have 34 treatments of radiation. And in that time, I met a biochemist named Bob Barefoot, and he helped me so much because my Benny was only given 3 months to live, and I absolutely dove in, and he was my best friend, and I wasn't going to let him go without a fight. And I learned more about the body than I ever dreamed I would. And anyhow, I can tell you, he lived a year and 12 days. He was healthier than he'd ever been. And I had an autopsy done on his brain, and it showed that he died from radiation poisoning. And I told my girls, I have 2 girls, Jamie and Courtney, and I told them we can either get bitter or better. And by darn, if we can help one person or one family, spare the heartache and the darkness that we went through, then it would be well worth it. And that is what I do today. That's how I got into holistic and learning how to heal the body and what the body needs to heal itself. And it wasn't easy, but you know what? I have my Benny has helped so many people and that have been sick, even though he is in heaven, and thousands and thousands of people. And it's not me that does the healing, it's God. He gets all the glory. And that's my center, is that when anyone comes to my center, like Rebecca, when she came to my center, I knew that God had sent her there. And he gets the glory in all of that.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that journey with us, Connie.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
really helps us understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Okay. So when someone comes into your center and you feel that they're there for a reason, what kind of treatments can someone receive under your care?
Well, it just depends. It just depends on where they're at. And because I do, the way I got started was I did a 10-day cleanse. And you're here for 10 days, every day for 10 days. I teach you about a health plan. I teach you about food. I give you a whole menu. and we do colonics, and I used to only do it with groups of people, and I've changed that since 6 years ago, where I do the one-on-one. But it does take 10 to 14 to 15 days to get to the other side of the colon, from your rectum all the way over to your ascending colon. But it takes 14 days to get into that, and most of the time. But everybody's different, so I work one-on-one with them, and teach them how to heal that whole mind, body, spirit type stuff.
Wow.
And the colonic sessions are $75 a session, and the 10-day session is $3,300. But that takes in the menu. There's some massage in that. There's some emotional release in that. There is, and then the vitamins and different things like that I have you taking. But yes, we get from one end to the other end, and you get to watch. Yeah, a lot of people, they say, "Oh, am I going to get sick?" Can't tell you just what kind of stuff's in there. But we walk that walk together, and watch you get your body back.
So when you say someone says, "I'm worried I'm going to get sick," is that like from a detoxing reaction?
It's a detoxing reaction, and everybody has something different in there. But and when you start cleansing, it's cleansing and rebuilding that body at the same time. And when you're doing that, you're healing that whole mind, body, spirit. And so one minute you may be crying, the next minute you may be laughing, next minute you're just ticked off. And that's okay. That's a good sign, because we're in there. When you're sick and your body is working for you to get this stuff and we're turning it back on, that is such a glorious time. Even though you don't feel good, but you will. And we test your pH to see if you're alkaline or acidic. And we do that daily. We have a whole different aspect of how to heal the body. You let the body heal itself, and you just teach people how to do that, because there's no quick fix. And like I said, the older you are, the more stuff you stuffed. And so yeah. And so if you're younger, okay, it's not going to take as long. Yes.
Gotcha. And so when you say that there's stuff that we've stuffed, it sounds like you're talking about not just, physical things from food that's like passing through our colon, but like emotional things that we've stuffed too.
Oh, exactly. From birth on.
Wow.
And stuff we don't even realize that we have stuffed. And I have all kinds of different tools, so to speak, that I share with everyone on how to get rid of that stuff. And there's layers. And so, but yeah, there's all kinds of tools to help you do that. And you've stuffed to survive. But then as you start cleansing, I tell people that you're an overcomer now. And now you are going to overcome and move those things out. And I give you different tools, as I said, by writing things down or doing different things, how you can help you release those. And so you can move forward and enjoy your life and not be sick all your life.
Wow, so you take them hand in hand for 10 days and you work them through whatever is their healing process, whatever stuff they've stuffed, you help them to recognize it and process it.
Right.
Wow, that's beautiful. So I have this question. I'm really surprised that you can make such a big turnaround in 10 days, but you're finding 10 to 14 days is what most people need to heal on a huge level.
Well, it's a beginning. And what we're doing, we're cleansing out that large intestine, so the small intestine can dump in there. And when you start cleansing and rehydrating and rebuilding, then you watch your life come back. And there's no quick fix. This is just giving it a pathway. Then that small intestine can dump in there. And sometimes, and like I said, everybody's different with what they're holding on, but different, but pretty much the same. And when they're ready to let go and really start start moving forward. Sometimes they're baby steps and sometimes they're leaps that you can move forward, but everybody's different. But I give them the tools to do that, and I walk that walk with them. And sometimes, I mean, I've had people that have been here for 13 years, and they come. It's a maintenance. You just don't have 10 days and then you're cleared out and all that. No, it's a process. And then you get to where you come for colonics. It depends on the person. You might have to do 2 days a month, and then you might only have to do 1 day a month. But when we get you there, but it's a process. Everybody's different.
Okay, so let's tackle this next big question. I've told people a lot about Connie, and especially when I talk about gut health, and I tell people, oh, the coolest thing you can do for your gut health, besides eating well, drinking good water at home, taking care of it at home, is I can't tell you what's going on inside your body, but if you go into Connie and talk to her and receive a treatment, she can often tell a lot more about what's going on in your body. So, but everyone's like kind of reaction to that. There's always these questions about, what do you mean putting water where, and what is that like? And there's like, because it's people's bums, they have this, these emotions that come up. So can you tell us a little bit about what it's like to come in and, what that, help calm people's nerves when they feel a little afraid to start this journey?
Yes. The main thing is that it's a very, very, it's like a day at the beach. I have a lot of my guys say, Connie, I don't know what beach you go to, but but anyhow, my rooms. I can't take you there and show you my rooms, but my rooms, I have 4 different colonics, and you can go online and look at the Angel of Water. That's the name of my system. It's the top of the line. It's an open colonics, which you are in this room all by yourself, and you lay on it. You have a backrest. You are covered. You insert your own nozzle, and you are covered with a nice big towel and a blanket if you need that. And then I come in, we turn in, it's the purest water. It goes through a UV filter and a carbon filter before it ever enters you. And it's the water, you fill that up, and it'll be 12 gallons. I have a 12-gallon tank. And the temperature of the water, I like to keep it about 98 to 101. If it ever goes over 102.9, the system automatically shuts off. It will only do that when I'm filling it up the second time for 8 gallons. But it has a viewing tube and a viewing mirror, and you're able to look through that mirror and you get to see the viewing tube. So you'll get to see the stuff that's coming out. And I can describe some of it, but you just have to experience. The first time is the unknown. So everybody is scared, and they haven't slept that night or anything. But then after you get that fill, the next times that you come, you will understand. You'll know what to expect, and it hydrates you and cleanses you at the same time. But it's very safe. But the first time is always the unknown. Yes.
Right. Okay. And speaking from experience, I can tell you guys that 98 to 102 degrees that Connie's talking about, it's very comfortable. You don't feel cold. It comes out very slowly. It's, gentle. You're not feeling invaded. You're not feeling like, the pressure or anything. Like, the only pressure you'll feel is things leaving.
Right. And the water only comes at 1 psi. That's the pressure of the water. And that's just a trickle. And it goes in like a wave, and it's not going to stay in there, and then it comes out. And then it's just kind of washing what's inside there that needs, and whatever is there at the very opening, that's what it's going to work on first. And then it keeps coming, and then it kind of climbs up a little bit in that sigmoid, in the ascending colon, the descending colon. So that's where it starts. And yes, but it's very just a trickle. You don't want stronger than 1 psi because you have a lot of minerals in your body and you need to keep those minerals in your body.
Right. So it's slowly coming out, like it cleans out one stage at a time, Connie was telling me. The next phase cleans, and then the next phase cleans, and you may only get so far within a session. And whatever you do get out of you in a session does always feel really good. I love the way that I feel when I've finished a hydrocolon therapy treatment.
Yes, because you're getting hydrated at the same time. It's absorbing in your pores too. Yes.
So Connie, talk a little bit about the relief of symptoms, or the positive changes that will happen after receiving treatments that are needed.
Well, and it just depends on what's going on with you, and everybody's a little different, and so you will find that you might, after you do a colonic and you leave, and you will feel bloated. Sometimes you can feel bloated when you get home. And the main thing is we're turning on that digestive tract just in that small area of the descending colon. And you could have cramping, but that cramping means that you are working on something. And there's things I suggest that will help you relieve that a little bit. But the main thing is, and then all of a sudden you may go home and you'll sleep the best night that you've slept in a long, long time. And then you'll have all this energy, maybe not right after you get done, but it will build up and you'll have this energy and you'll think, oh my gosh. And you'll know, as if you continue to do the colonics, that it will cleanse you out and it will keep climbing. And there's some stuff just to make sure that your bowels keep going. It's not the colonics that will block that. It's the stuff, the blockages you already have in there, and it's to get them softened so they will move out comfortably. And you'll see a big difference, but it may take a little time to do that. And it depends on what you're eating and what you're drinking. And I'll give you advice if you like. On some certain things you should be eating and what you shouldn't be eating to get your bowels going.
Okay, beautiful. Well, Connie, let's finish off by telling what advice would you leave someone who's considering making these positive changes, maybe eating better, working on their gut health? Like, what kind of a journey advice can you offer?
Can I offer for that? I'd like them to come into Nature's Gate. I'm located at 205 North Main Street in Kimberly, Idaho. And my phone number is 208-423-5579. And feel free to come in. I'd be more than happy to show you what the angel of water looks like. And also and listen to you one-on-one to see what your symptoms and different things in your questions are. And if I can't answer them, I will be honest with you. Mm-hmm. And but everything that I do and tell you is from my own research and from life. You cannot help anyone until you've been there. And I've been there in more ways than one. And so I would love to meet you and show you my center. And ask your questions and answer your questions if I can. If not, I'll lead you to the right person that can.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much, Connie, for all of your expertise and thoughts and knowledge on this subject. Like, you guys, she has been helping people clean out their colons for 13 years. She's seen a thing or two, right, Connie?
That's right. I don't take of it. Yes, thank you.
You're so welcome. And I will have the recording for this put up, and just so all of you guys remember, this podcast, as well as all of the rest of our fireside chats, come from an idea that there's 7 foundations for healthy living. And when we balance all those 7 parts of us, we're eating well, we are moving our bodies for flexibility and health, We are reducing stress, managing stress going on, changing perspective. We're controlling and eliminating the toxicity in our body, which is a big, gut health is a big part of that. We're also working with a trusted healthcare practitioner where we're understanding our bodies really well. It's not a passive pursuit of health, but we're really learning. Like Connie said at the beginning of her journey, she really had to learn so much about the human body. And then lastly, that we're serving the world in a way that's meaningful and tailored and suited to our own individual needs. And when we are conscious about all 7 of those layers, then we can find true, vibrant health. And so all of these podcasts and fireside chats, they are to help us understand the natural therapies that we can have at our fingertips to supplement and to get ourselves in the very best frame of mind. So, Connie,
amen to that. Yes.
Thank you. And thank you for helping us on our path.
Okay. Well, I'm here for you. Thank you so much, Rebecca.
You betcha. Okay.
Okay.
Well, see you next time. Thank you, Connie.
Bye-bye.